Hey guys, this is Ephram McNutt, your Pats captain, number 55 defenseman. Thanks for tuning in.
Centering pass and a great save by Marek Schlenker as Brock Such took it away. Now another chance in front, and Schlenker stops that one too. Lancer around the goal, waiting, spins away from Such. Centering pass, Fawcett scores! And that is goal number 28 for Keith Fawcett. Parasak over the line, a pass into the slot. Vaughn, a pass in front, and Such is robbed by Schlenker.
Big stop, great pass by Vaughn, great shot. Schlenker made a dynamite save.
Ash stuck near the Prince George bench, right side. It's intercepted by Karimov. He'll drag it, score! The Russian strikes. McNutt hands it off inside the line. Fawcett shoots, scores! Puck is cleared to center and a bounce. Clausen comes in to Zach Murray, scores! And Regina has put this icing on the cake.
And back the other way, here's a lead pass for Gavin. He's going to break away to the forehand. What a save by Tabashnik. He robbed him. Loose puck, Karimov scores! Off the face-off, it's a one-goal game. Ruslan Karimov, below the left wing circle, sends it 5-hole on Filip Ruzicka, and the celebration says it all as he points to the net and says, that's a good goal.
Collected by Deschamps. He'll find Fawcett now. Maddox Schultz with speed to the Blades net. He scores! Maddox Schultz with his 9th of the season with speed across the Blades line. Short side top corner. Clausen to the middle point. Deschamps cuts to the left towards the goal. He shoots. Scores! Dated Deschamps against his hometown team. His 2nd of the season. Reese Hamilton for Regina. Gliding over the right. Now he has some room. Here he comes. Hamilton a pass. Score! A little pick and roll from Reese Hamilton. He finds Maddox Schultz in front. His 2nd of the night and 10th of the season. Phil Hoop drives it around McNutt and a great save by Schlenker. My goodness, he robbed Phil Hoop. Pue in front. Paul shoots. Stopped in front. Rebound. Score! It's Mathis Paul. Oh man, that almost went over the glass. Instead, it resulted in an opportunity for Lancer. Spins it in front. Maddox Schultz. Centered. A tic-tac-toe. Maddox Schultz to McNutt, his 12th of the year.
Welcome to Patscast, the unofficial Regina Pats podcast. It's episode 231. It's March 1st. Down to the final 3 weeks of the season, Kevin. How are we doing tonight?
Not bad. We've had a few good weeks lately. Won 7 of the last 9. It's been all right. Things are looking up. They're as of right now, they're kind of comfortable on a playoff spot. Nothing's locked in, but they're looking comfortable, which is amazing. Because a few weeks ago, I was like, oh God, it's not going to happen. And now they've turned it around, and it's like they're playing some pretty good hockey. Yeah,
that's for sure. Like you said, 7 of the last 9 kind of vaults them up into the 7th place. There, just look at the standings. You look at Moose Jaw; they're 1-8-1 in their last 10. They've kind of just dropped right off. So that helps out Regina. You're 6 points up on Moose Jaw in 9th with 10 games to go. Moose Jaw has 8 games.
Time's running out for them.
Time's running out for Moose Jaw, which is good for Regina, right? You crunch the numbers. We crunch the numbers, and it's down to 5. 5's the magic number. So 5 Pats wins or Moose Jaw losses,
or a combination of both,
or a combination, and
they play a game against each other, so that could be the make or break game.
Yeah, it's a 2.
It's the 4 points. 4-point game.
So, I don't want to say it's comfortable because the schedule upcoming. We just looked at the schedule and it's real tough, but they are playing good, and I mean we talked about it. They got wins over teams that they can and should beat. So. I think it's getting there, right? It's what that's what we're asking for. Meaningful games coming down the stretch, right?
Yeah, it'd be nice to see them go 500 the rest of the way. But if they at least win 4, I'd be really happy, because that would basically lock them in for a playoff spot. But a lot of these teams might be kind of resting guys as the season winds down. Teams like Lethbridge might be trying to play spoiler, maybe.
Yeah, right. It's not going to be easy.
Spoiler. Hopefully Swift Current plays spoiler against Moose Jaw for the 3 of their games.
Yeah, it's a lot. Three. um, yeah, I mean, just overview of the next 3 weeks. Like you got Medicine Hat and Lethbridge at home this coming week. So, obviously Medicine Hat, they're rolling. That's going to be a tough game there. Lethbridge at home, you got to have that game. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And then you go on the road to Calgary, Medicine Hat, Lethbridge. So again, that's a tough one. Calgary's tough, and then Medicine Hat obviously is real tough. And then
Medicine Hat.
you get Lethbridge the day after Medicine Hat, which is the final game of the 3-game road trip, which is too bad. Too bad Lethbridge wasn't like the first game, and you're not run down after a couple harder games. But that Lethbridge you kind of got to have that one because you come home, it's PA, and then you go to Moose Jaw, and then you go to PA, and then it's Brandon home and home on the final weekend. So
Yeah.
like I said, like there's like 4 wins ish, hopefully more. I mean, they can pull out of Calgary.
I'd love to see them go at least 500,
Yeah.
but 4 wins would be great because like that would basically cinch a playoff spot, especially if they can take out Moose Jaw in the game.
Yeah, so you look at the Lethbridge games, the Moose Jaw, and like maybe a split of Brandon. Like there's 4 there. The other ones are going to be real tough. So, yeah, but you never know. I don't know. PA. I don't know if they're going to be resting guys. Medicine Hat, maybe not because they're battling for first overall in the East, right? So, um, who knows? Like you said, but see what happens. Moose Jaw's not going to win every game. Red Deer's not going to win every game either. So I don't know. We haven't looked too deep into their schedules, but yeah. So that's what it's kind of looking like these last 3 weeks.
It's getting down to the brass tacks for sure.
Yeah, the nitty gritty. 10 games the next like 3 weeks. So it's yeah, it's 2, 4, 6, 8. There's 9 days off in between these 10 games. So
Well, they play the next game on the 3rd, and their last game is on the 21st. So 10 games in 18 days.
Yeah,
that's a pretty intense schedule.
that is. Yeah.
But as of right now, they're healthy, other than Eglin being ill. They're healthy, knock on wood. It stays that way.
Yeah, it's nice. You got options, right? You got lots of guys in and out.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's the games at hand are nice, but then it comes down to, okay, now you're playing a couple extra games at the end of the season here. So, because
get the wins as soon as possible, steal it, and then they can kind of rest guys. And,
yeah, if need be, for sure.
If need be, yeah, if they have to or if they can.
Yeah, so that's kind of what lies ahead for this team. But can roll into these games this past week here. PG didn't know what to expect with this game. Obviously, we haven't seen them. The Pats are winless against the West. So to get a win off, a top team, they were sitting in third. They are sitting in third. After coming off the Penticton loss, right? And then you come out and play Prince George. And it seemed like night and day, like right off the hop. Pats looked
totally different games. Absolutely, totally different hockey games.
Other than the turnover early and Schleicher made 2 big saves. I don't know, like it was like 2 minutes in, a minute in. Other than that, like that was a real rough start. But I mean, it was just a really solid game for them. Like it was one of the most complete games I've seen, especially against a good team, right?
Yeah, for sure. We were talking to Bryce after the game. Was it that game? I think it was that game, and he was talking that if Schlenker gets a couple quick shots and he stops those quick shots, he'll like lock in, and it seems like it works. It locks him in.
He seems to get
that was a game where he needed to make those saves, made them, and he locked it in, and he played amazing.
Yeah, like if you give up a goal there a minute into the game, it could have been a totally different game. You never know, right?
Oh, yeah.
A tough one to give up early, and then it just whatever happens from there, right? So
yeah.
But Fawcett scores 5 minutes into the game, right? So that kind of was, you make a couple saves and then you get a goal right after that, right? So
yeah,
that's kind of good. But then there was nothing for a while, right? It was kind of getting late after PG takes a 2-1 lead going into the third. but Karimov just pulls the puck off the boards and snipes one. Like that was a real nice goal. He's really kind of, we've talked about him a lot lately, but man, he's really coming along. Like 15 goals now. He's kind of been kind of consistent secondary scoring here.
He goes in spurts and spells with his points, but his game is consistent. He's got the size, he seems to like the physical play, which
Yeah.
is kind of odd for a lot of the import guys, and I like him. I like the fact he's only 18, so maybe he'll be back next year.
Yeah. Good possibilities back this year, right? 3 goals in his last 5 games. So
Yeah.
after having a little bit of a drought there, but yeah, that was nice. And then you get a couple more goals after that, and like the Fawcett, which I'm trying to think of the Fawcett one. Was that the one? Oh yeah, he fanned on it, right? That's the one he fanned on and scored on the second chance, I believe.
I
Yeah,
think so.
and then you get an empty netter for more. So like it didn't seem, yeah, I don't know. It didn't seem like PG was dominating or anything. It was just a pretty even game, right? Like it just was a good hockey game.
Yeah, it was the Pats either played up to them or they played down to the Pats, or just goes to show you where the Pats actually are level wise with a team like Prince George, because Prince George isn't the biggest or the fastest. They're kind of a mix. They're not Penticton, who's just really good.
Yeah,
But
they're a little tiered down from say
just a,
an
a
Everett.
smidge down, yeah.
Yeah, some Everett
But
and Penticton.
I thought it was kind of neat that there was 3 Russians and a Ukrainian playing in that game.
Yeah,
Yeah, PG had two Russians, and their starting goalie was the Ukrainian kid Levshin
I've
and
seen that.
Karimov, which was kind of cool.
Yeah, so obviously PG did pretty well on the road trip. They went 1-2. They started off hot, 3 wins. Swift Current, Moose Jaw, Brandon, and they lost to Pats. Then they bounced back, beat Saskatoon, and then lost to PA 4-3. So like you take fourth PA down to the wire in PA on the last game of your road trip. Like that's like PG is a pretty good team, right?
Yes, they are.
So for the Pats to handle them pretty no, I don't say comfortably, but like, yeah, I don't know. It was just nice to see because you didn't know what we were going to expect from the game, right?
Oh yeah, like the hot cold up down Pats continue game
Yeah,
to game. Like
I know, right?
if
Like,
they played like this against everybody,
yeah,
who knows what the record would be?
right. So because you come off that Edmonton win, then the Penticton loss, and
Yeah.
then the PG win, and it's like, okay, yeah, like this team can play
Oh yeah, for sure.
when they get their crap together, right? So,
Exactly.
what else do you have from that game?
That was nice to see. Like I said, it was nice to see Schlenker back on form. He played
Yeah.
pretty amazing. Fawcett got his team leading 29th, I think it was,
Yeah.
29th. So
2 goals for him, 2 assists for Schultz.
yeah.
So yeah, like Schultz has really been racking up the points lately, obviously with the Saskatoon game coming up, but obviously them playing a lot with the team now.
Yeah.
Like he's got 3, 5, 6, 7 points in his last 6 games. So like can't argue with that point a game as a 15-year-old, right? Like
Yes. Yeah.
actually you just look at the game log since like basically Red Deer, Jan 9, like he's over a point a game. Or right at it, I'd say. Just looking
Yeah, he had
at
a
the,
slow start point wise, but now he's matured, got a little older, got more action, got bumped around a
experience.
few more times.
Yeah.
And now he's actually able to play and maybe
And
not
contribute.
dominate yet,
but
definitely contribute
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll talk about more of that in the Saskatoon game. But yeah, no, it was just nice to see because then you're like, okay, you got the first 2 points of this week, right? You still got 2 more games. Let's get some more points here. So you head over to Brandon, and there's been some weird games, Brandon. I mean, you kind of
High scoring games
and some low scoring games, but like I don't know, you kind of got to talk about the finish of the game, like
Well, we'll skip to that. We won't skip to that right now. But the game
Okay.
was good. The
Yeah.
Pats. I still don't know what happened on that no goal call. I don't know because Dante was like the net was off, but then I
No.
think it was because Karimov bumped
Bumped.
Ruzicka.
Yeah, you see the highlight. It was right on the goal line.
He
And
got
you see him.
pushed and he bumped the goalie.
Yeah, and the puck went in clearly before the net was off. So that wasn't the reason why the goal
Yeah.
got called back. He went through the
Inadvertent contact,
crease. Yeah.
probably. Yeah, he
Yeah.
bumped the goalie.
100%.
That kind of sucks because that took the wind out of the sails. I think because I think they scored like right after that, didn't they, Brandon?
I think
Like within
so.
a minute or two.
I think so. I don't recall what time.
I
though.
can't remember now,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it was just
But-
unfortunate.
Yeah, Brandon scored late, 1918. So I just don't remember what time that disallowed goal happened.
Yeah, me neither.
But either
But it
way,
seemed
yeah.
to take the wind out of the sails because Brandon pretty much like not dominated the first period, but they had the Pats hemmed in quite a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't as good as the PG game, right? They didn't.
No, definitely not.
But yeah, then there was the Brandon power play goal. Which one was that? That was the second goal. I made it into the third. An absolute horrendous call on Schultz. What was the penalty? Tripping. He got a tripping penalty. Yeah, 51 seconds in. It was real bad call. And of course, Brandon scores, so that makes it 2-0 early in the third. So you're thinking like, ooh, man, they haven't been able to generate much in the offense. And, like quality scoring chances, it seemed. Like, yeah, they bounced back in the second with 16 shots on goal, but like I don't really recall it being like anything spectacular, right?
No,
Like,
they got the shots, but there was no real quality.
yeah. And I mean, like we said before, the Pats have had good games against Ruzicka, but it just wasn't to be tonight. And then Karimov scores.
And he made sure he'd let the referees know that he scored. Pointed at the net like two or three times.
Yeah. It's kind of surprised he almost didn't get a penalty for that. But then Brandon responds right away, like a minute later. Unfortunately,
the puck off of Matty P's skate.
Yeah,
It's like
both him and whoever was going to the net with him. They're not even facing the shot, and it just goes off the back of his skate
and flipped over top of Tabby. He's like, man, I felt
He
so
didn't-
bad for Tabby. Like,
I know. You see him; he didn't even know where the puck was. He's just
he had
sitting there staring.
absolutely no chance on that one.
And it just rainbows over his shoulder and in.
Just fluttered over top.
Just an unfortunate break, right? And then they tack on one late. But yeah.
Where was the penalty on that? Schultz got dumped at the blue line and they came in on a 2-on-1. It looked like it could have been a penalty there.
It didn't. Yeah, I know. It seemed like they showed the replay a couple times. It was almost looked like a knee on knee, but once they showed the replay, it didn't look egregious. I didn't think, but that is right. That did lead to that last goal. But yeah, I don't know. Either way,
it should have been a trip, I would say.
Yeah. Okay. That's
maybe
fair.
not a knee on knee, but he took him down, took the puck. Yeah. He took him out leg to leg, took the puck.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, no, Schultz was trying to go around him, try to make a move, right? And
yeah,
it wasn't like a trip, but it was, there was body contact there, right? And it was, yeah. So I don't know it, but yeah. Anyways, so then it's a 4-1 final, right? And then I don't know what happened in the corner with Rollison, but like I don't know, they were pushing and shoving, and all of a sudden two guys jump on him, and then
Cone grabbed his guy, and
then they dropped the gloves, started to fight, and all of a sudden the camera goes to center ice because the goalies are fighting. Like, kind of came out of nowhere, right? Like, I don't know. I didn't see really. You sent me that other angle from the fan angle.
Yeah,
but like, yeah, it was a pretty good fight. I mean,
Tabby got some shots in, but
he definitely did. But he took a couple.
He's 7-8 inches shorter and probably 30 pounds lighter. So
and Ruzicka had the reach. You could see, right? He had the reach advantage, right? But
I think he was done getting hit, and he just kind of like pulled Tabby down and landed on top of him. And it was the end of the fight.
Yeah.
Good scrap. They acknowledged each other after. It was kind of funny, but these goalie fights,
Yeah, there's been a
Lots of
few
them lately.
lately. Yeah. So
The next night there was one in the pros. I can't remember who it was, but there was one in the
was it?
pros. Like,
Yeah.
it's fun. And the league is posting it, and teams are posting it, and it just seems to
Yes.
get lots of traction. It's like
Hmm.
for the longest time they didn't want fighting anywhere, but now it's back and
In full force or whatever. Like,
full force.
yeah. Yeah. So, but then obviously with two fights in the same play, then they get into issues there. So
And
the
after
goalies,
it was after the game ended too.
yeah,
So
yeah, he was right at the, yeah, after the whistle, right? So, but yeah, so the goalies got the second fight. So we thought maybe they'd get suspended, but they weren't.
I think they thought he was going to get suspended too
Yeah, yeah. But just the
because
coaches.
they had Mooney on the game sheet for that, or not the game sheet, but the roster page for that
Yeah,
game.
they were preparing,
So
right?
they were ready.
But yeah, it was just the coaches got suspended for
Yeah,
their
one
next
game.
games.
Yeah, one game each for a
And
goal.
then
$500 fine and one game each
I
for a
was saying,
goalie fight. And both
yeah,
teams got $1,000 for second multi-fight situation of the season.
yeah. So they both got $1,500 in fines. But yeah, so I mean, Tabby
That
wasn't.
was the excitement.
Yeah, Tabby wasn't going to play on Saturday anyways.
Exactly.
But it was anyways. But yeah, I didn't have to pull Mooney out of maybe possibly playing with his team. But yeah, so that was interesting. That was quite wild. I know my neighbor texted me. He's like, "Are you watching or have you watched the game yet?" And I said, oh, I'm not done it yet." He's like, "Okay," because he knows I usually watch the game on delay. And then he's like, "Yeah, I literally opened Facebook, and that's the first thing I saw was the goalie fight was the first thing on Facebook." so, so yeah, but yeah, no, it's just too bad. Couldn't pick up any points there, obviously, but quite the wild finish, obviously.
And it wasn't a bad game. It was actually
No,
a decent game, and Pats just didn't have the offense. Ruzicka played really well in net. Like he's been playing well lately, like really well. So
yeah, and then so speaking of the offense, like there's no power play goals scored this week, and where the obviously the Pats power play is like fifth in the league. You go 0 for 5 against PG, but you still find a way to win, right? 4 even strength goals.
yeah,
And then Brandon, you go 0 for on the power play again, 0 for 3. And then Saskatoon game was there was only one power play each in that game, so
yeah,
tough to score when you only have one opportunity.
yeah.
But yeah, no power play goals, which is kind of odd, but just the way it
And
is.
pulling out 2 wins out of those 3 games with no power play goals when it's
Yeah,
been like their bread and butter.
yeah,
Amazing, impressive, whatever you want to call it. A little bit of both.
yeah. But yeah, no, it's just couldn't get anything going in that Brandon game. So, um, but yeah, on to the Saskatoon game. Yeah, just they really got dominated in that first period. Like, um, it was yeah, you get the first goal, but like it just seems Saskatoon was all over them.
Yes, they had nothing.
You were there. I was not there. I was watching this on TV. But
The Pats didn't have much pushback at all. They probably 3 of those 5 shots were just kind of
yeah,
long
whatever.
range, nothing fancy shots or anything like that. Like there was really no scoring opportunities there.
Well, if there's 3 of them were no opportunities, that means they scored on the other 2.
They
right?
scored on their
So-
2 good chances. Like
Yeah,
it was
yeah, right.
unbelievable.
So yeah, Schultz scores on the first shot, right, and then Deschamps scores, at the very end of the period, just to get out of that period even. Like, whew,
Yeah.
that was, from a guy Deschamps who only has a second of the season. That
Nice
was
goal.
massive. Yeah, right. He
This
just
was a nice goal.
he gets the pass from I guess Klassen, and then he has a shooting lane to get it to the net, but then he decides to go for a little skate and goes to the left side and snipes one like basically off the post and in.
Yeah.
So
Sniper goal almost.
yeah, so that was massive, right? You get that 1926, like that's huge to get out of the period, and then it's like a switch flipped in the second period. Like they were way better in the second period.
Literally a totally different game, the second period.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
literally a totally
you only
different game.
score one goal, but it just the feeling was like, okay,
Yeah,
right? Um,
the
so
ice totally flipped,
uh-huh.
so to speak.
And then yeah, and then the third period, and then you get the first goal, 13 seconds into that third period, and then it's like massive, right? That's just
Nice
huge goal.
power forward move by Paul to get that goal. It was
Yeah,
nice. Pugh getting the puck along the wall and getting it to him and
yeah.
get,
And then he
getting
banged
both
it. I think
two opportunities. Yeah.
yeah, he banged home his own rebound, and McNutt finishes a great passing play from Lansard and Schultz. Basically a tap in. He's right at the top of the crease there,
Yeah.
and that basically seals it. I mean, it's only 3 minutes into the third, but I mean, then you're up 5-2 at that point. Um, Saskatoon gets one later in the period, but it wasn't much else. They pulled the goalie pretty early, and Bats score into the empty net. So I mean, and then
McNutt was everywhere in this game. Like
was
he
he?
was pinching and back checking hard. He was everywhere. Everywhere if you looked in the offensive zone in the second period, he was there. Third
Well,
period, he
yeah,
was there.
like he taps in that
He was
goal, right?
all over the
Like he's a
all over the ice.
3-on-2 or whatever it was, and he taps home a goal. Like so, but yeah, no, I mean, good for him. He's doing
Yeah,
it both ends of the ice, right?
exactly. Yeah,
Um,
might as well. Hey, it's like he's trying to help this team get in the playoffs. He's got the C on his chest for a reason.
yeah, doing
And
everything he can,
hey,
right? Like
they're looking pretty good.
12 goals this year. He had 6 last year, 47 points. Like huge jump, right? You didn't know what to expect, right? He only had 4 goals with the Pats last year, but yeah, I mean, obviously more ice time, more opportunity, and he's making the most of it, right?
Oh yeah, and got to give props to Schlenker again, man. He played amazing again.
Yeah,
38 saves, like unbelievable.
right. Yeah. Um, yeah. What else was I got? What do I have for this game? I don't remember what else, but
Maddox Schultz, 2
right.
goals, 1
Yeah.
assist, crazy. 6 points in his last 2 games against Saskatoon.
Yes, that's yeah, right. So he gets that first goal, and then he gets the what was it, the third goal? That was a nice play by Hamilton. He's kind of skating around, and 2 Saskatoon guys run into each other, so it'll kind of open it up for him, and he goes kind of down the boards and below the icing line, and just feeds Schultz in front for an easy tap, and like that was real nice
Oh yeah.
play by Hamilton, like his smooth skating, right?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, Schultz, like we said before, he's coming into it now, like he's getting into it.
Definitely, he's growing as we watch him, which is
Mhm.
which is awesome.
So I wonder kind of what the situation is here coming down the stretch. Uh, Obviously a lot of road games for the Pats coming up. What did I say? Because how many home games here? There's only 4 home games left. He's at 28 games. So he's got 6 left to play out of the next 10. And then I wonder what kind of what they're going to do with playoffs for the Patsies, because the Patsies have started their playoffs.
Well, Pugh played the first game.
Yeah, today, Sunday.
Schultz didn't play.
Yeah. So Pugh's at 30 games, so he's got 4 left.
The home games probably.
Yeah. So be interesting to see how they play this out and go from there. So
Well, who knows how long the Pad C's series are going to go too? Because like the best of 5, they might be real quick.
yeah,
Like the
you
first
never know,
the first
right?
first series might be real quick. We don't know. So
I wonder what their schedule's like. Should have had that up maybe, but yeah, like obviously they'll be going deep. We'd think, right? So
well, they're guaranteed that spot. So
plus, yeah, they're guaranteed. They're hosting regionals too. So I don't know
yeah.
what the date is set for that, but that'd be well past the regular season. That'd be into the WHL playoffs. So we'll see how the Pats do.
Pad C's contacts play on the 3rd and the 4th. Those are the guarantee games.
Okay, so that's
And
Madison Hat,
series 7th,
right?
8th.
And then Saturday, Sunday.
If necessary,
if
7th,
necessary.
8th.
So, but I think what are the Pat seeds, first or second? Like they're either first or second contacts or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Seventh or eighth. So it should be
Yeah.
a pretty quick series. So they probably available. So I wonder what's gonna happen on the third, who plays on the third against Medicine Hat, and then they should be available on the sixth against Lethbridge. And then then the next series would be starting probably, you know, in that 10, 11, 12 range, somewhere in there, right? So
Most likely, yeah.
maybe the 13th, 14th, but
Yeah, because all the series, no matter what, are done on the 8th in the
yeah,
Triple A's.
okay. Yeah. So they'll probably start later that week. But yeah. And then there'll be 3 rounds, right? 3 rounds. And then, so second round would be done probably, somewhere. I don't know. Tough to say. Around
I'm
probably
not sure
a
exactly
week
how
later,
it'll
right?
go.
And then, yeah.
Because they might be really quick series and things might change with
Well,
that.
yeah, depends if both are quick or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So,
Because
but yeah.
Moose beat Battleford's 5-1 today, too. So,
Okay. Yeah. Moose Jaw's the other top seed, right? So,
yeah.
kind of looking like a Moose Jaw Regina showdown again, like last year for the final.
Probably.
Yeah, I'd say regionals will probably be near the end of March in the first round of the playoffs, WHL playoffs. So, be interesting to see how that all plays out.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah. The other thing Saturday night was the designer jerseys.
Yeah.
Another jersey auction. They were pretty nice, I thought. You know, a little space theme.
It was totally different.
Yeah.
I didn't. At first, I was like, eh. But then I heard the story about them a little bit. So I was like, I like them. I was good with them.
Yeah, no, I thought they were nice. I was keeping an eye on the auctions, but didn't feel like spending as much as they were going for. But yeah, I thought they were nice. So
my biggest thing with these jerseys, not just this jersey, is that they never matched the blues. The jersey blue is different than the pants and the helmet blue. Like it was like a different shade of blue, and it just
it did look odd.
I can't stand it.
Right? Yeah.
But
I mean, last year they had socks to match, but
yeah,
they still had the dark pants, dark, helmets, right? So
yeah, but like the blues don't match. Like it was
no, I know.
just a little bit of a
It's like the old.
shade.
It's like the old. The last generation, the previous jersey.
Almost, yeah, almost.
Rather than this dark blue, right? So
yeah, so it didn't quite match.
Yeah, it looks funny that way.
I did appreciate the white numbers on the jerseys, which is my thing. I like the white numbers.
Yeah,
but yeah, it was interesting. Schultz's went for what, $1,300?
Yeah, something like that,
around there.
So, and I think Pue's went for like 600, 700,
something like that. Yeah.
So, and the rest are all like 3+, 3, 4. So,
Schultz's went for 14.
14. Okay, there we go.
14 even. 21 bids. Pue's 600. Bears went for 475. Clausen's 425. Bridgman's 525. And like pretty much everybody was like 300 or more, which was awesome. They all sold.
Start at 200. So
yeah,
got $100 or more. So
yeah, for sure.
But yeah, what else we got from this week? I don't think we have too much else.
No, not really.
Just these, I guess 3 games coming up because Calgary's on Sunday, so we'll do a show Sunday night as usual. And then so Medicine, Lethbridge at home, Calgary on the road. It's gonna be, like I said, tough sledding here these last 10 games, but
it's gonna be fun at least.
Yeah, meaningful
something
games.
To play for. Something to play for.
100%.
Instead of just sitting back and watching them play with the string, this is actually something for them to play for. See how they they battle, how they respond, how they battle for this playoff spot.
Yeah, right. So it's not for sure. Nothing's guaranteed, but I mean they're pretty. I don't want to say comfortable, but in a good spot. So,
like meaningful hockey at this point in the season is awesome.
At least they're not trying to come from behind, because it's going to be a tough go if they were coming from behind. They made up these games, like I said, in the last 10, right? 7 in the last 10.
100%, yeah.
Is massive, right?
Yep.
So, but yeah, If that's all you got, we can move on to this interview.
Sure, let's roll.
Yeah, got McNutt back on. Obviously, captain this year. 20-year-old, so this is his last kick of the can. So it's kind of the same thing we did last year with Babcock and Whitehead. Get them on a second time and kind of go back and talk about their career and stuff like that. And obviously, with McNutt only being here since last year, we kind of talked about last year a little bit. Obviously, the
Who's been here longer since last year, other than Bridgman?
well, more, but
More Bridgman, basically.
I know, right?
So-
Like that's it. So everybody else basically came last year, right?
Yeah,
So,
pretty much. Yeah,
or this year, obviously, but yeah, like Moore and Bridgman are the only two. Like,
the longest serving guys.
yeah. So, but yeah, kind of just go through last year and coming into this year and stuff like that. And yeah, so I thought it went real well. He was
It was good.
eager to jump on again. So, all right, we're pleased to welcome back Ephram McNutt. Welcome, Ephram.
Hey guys, thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. Big win tonight. We're talking after the PG win on Wednesday here. First off, how was that? How'd that feel?
Yeah, it was a big one. Hit a little closer at home, obviously with the old team, but wins are huge regardless, and tonight felt a little extra special.
Especially with the playoff push going on, that's got to feel extra special, eh?
It does, yeah. Coming down the stretch, it's getting close, and kind of every point matters, and getting 2 out of a good program like PG's is big.
Yeah, for sure.
How's it feel to get back into the playoff picture? After a tough last season, obviously.
Yeah, it feels great. It's something that I feel like I missed out a bit last year. It was the first year I hadn't made playoffs, and it's part of it with a team building. But I know this year if we can get a spot and give some young guys exposure and some experience early on in their careers, it's huge. So yeah, it feels great for me, but more importantly to the young guys kind of coming up here.
So going back to last season, how tough was it? I mean, there were so many guys in and out. It was obviously nothing like you've ever experienced, wasn't it?
Yeah, it definitely wasn't. It was a little bit different because I didn't experience a whole lot of guys leaving because I was, one of the later guys that Regina picked up. There was a lot of moves even before I was picked up. So yeah, I missed a lot of it, but it was a strange dynamic. A lot of guys coming in. Chemistry's so huge with teams, and I feel like that definitely lacked last year. It's just weird when you're playing with a different guy every night, and you have you might have a totally different lineup every night in general. So yeah, it's tough, and I think a big thing for chemistry wise, it's just really hard to solidify that.
So coming into the season, they named you captain. How did that feel?
Yeah, it was a real honor, especially with a team so historic like Regina. It's an honor regardless, but I think it's a little bit more special with a team as old as us and as kind of historical as the Pats. So yeah, it felt good. I thought it was funny. You look at the posts, and some of them's like the 25th captain and the 40th captain. Ours was I don't even know the number, but it was way more than that. So
86.
Yeah, so
something like that.
So yeah, it was funny seeing that number compared to some of the others.
Yeah. I'm not too surprised. I know Kevin's like, oh, the captains are out. And I was like, oh, hold on. Don't tell me. Ephram, and then Brown, Bridgman, and Moore. And he's like, yeah. So, but yeah, obviously I didn't think it was too surprising. But was it a surprise to you, or what? How do you feel getting that, right? Like,
yeah, a tough one to answer. As not arrogant as I can say it, I think I didn't expect it, but I thought I would definitely be in the running. I'm an older guy and have a lot of experience coming into my 20-year-old year, and I think I definitely don't expect anything, but I knew I'd probably be in the running, and there's a couple other great leaders on my hip, like Moore, Bridgie, and Brownie as well, so I'm lucky to have those guys as my assistants.
Yeah, obviously not a ton of leadership experience in this group, so it was nice to see that those guys were recognized. So
yeah, for sure.
So getting the C on your chest, did that change anything with your game, or did you just grow with it?
I think on ice, I don't think really. It's something that some guys get the C or get a certain leadership role, and they might go out and fight a lot or hit a lot, and I just that's not really my game, and if it needs to be, it can be. But I think for me, I just wanted to solidify my game and just play the best version of myself I could, and that's I think what is helping the team most from myself right now. But I think in the room, obviously, there's some stuff that changes. You know, you might have to speak up a little more at times and you know, give guys crap maybe at times and then pick guys up at the same time. So I think in the room, there's a lot more change, but on the ice, I don't think a whole lot.
So yeah, this coming into this season, a little more normal, kind of a normal training camp. It seemed like you guys got off to a pretty decent start, obviously with the being able to put some chemistry together. How important was that for you guys this year?
Yeah, it's so huge. Looking back at some of the better PG teams I played on over the years, it was all about chemistry. You know, we were so tight off the ice, and any chemistry you have off the ice is going to carry onto the ice. So I think that was definitely something we were missing last year, and having a group that we had early on, and not having a whole lot of changes later on in the year was a big thing for sure. And I think, again, you know, as close as we can get off the ice, it carries on to onto the ice as well.
So Dale did make any moves at the trade deadline. He was hinting at it. He was maybe looking to add, maybe not. But it ended up nothing happening there. And he said he was confident in this group. So how much did that speak or give you guys confident in yourselves going forward?
Yeah, it was good. You know, I think it was a little unfortunate because I think a lot of us were expecting maybe a piece to be added or maybe two pieces just to kind of help us out, you know, on this playoff push. But I think I can appreciate Dale's point of view and not selling the guys and really just valuing the guys that we've had and what we've built the last few years. So I can definitely respect Dale in that sense. And it's great to know that he views us with power and sees kind of the potential in this group without bringing guys in. And it's strange, you know, some guys at the deadline, you know, get moved around and think anywhere they go is going to be a better place. And then they realize it's you know, what they had was a lot better than they realized. So I think that could have been the case for some of the guys here, and I'm glad we were able to keep everyone and kind of move forward.
Yeah, I know Dale said, you know, the prices were high, and obviously if they wanted to bring in an older guy, they were asking for one of the good younger guys, and he wasn't willing to give that up. And I give him credit for not doing that. Obviously, you don't want to ship off one of the younger guys that we're trying to build with. So I thought, you know, unfortunately, yeah, he wasn't able to add, but I mean, it's almost like you got Schultz and Pue here. Those your extra guys, and those are kind of your half add-ons. But it's nice to see them getting some experience. What can you help them with, kind of going forward here through this season?
Yeah, good question. I think that can kind of speak on the captain piece. You know, maybe a way I've been different in the room. I think really positivity and I know how, you know, important confidence can be with a player, especially a young guy who's not even old enough to be in the league technically. So I think that's huge. You know, you've even seen it early on when they were playing in the league. You know, maybe a little bit shocked with the pace of play or physicality, and I think really they found their confidence and they're skating a lot better. They're moving pucks and just playing with some swagger. And I think I've tried to help them out with that, and I think that's going to be the biggest thing with them going forward. They know they're good, but they got to kind of believe it on the ice.
So now that we're getting back into the playoff push, how does it feel to actually try to help lead this team back into the playoffs after last year?
Yeah, for sure. I think it's you know, I think there's just kind of a sense of you know, it actually matters now. You know, last year we found ourselves in a spot where we were out of it or we weren't even out of it yet, but we knew it would be a real tough spot to claw out of. And I think this year, knowing that we're playing some very meaningful hockey going into potentially playoffs, it's huge. It's important for guys. You know, I think we're already playing playoff hockey, honestly. Yeah. So there's definitely that aspect of it, and I think the competitiveness and just the willing to win has been great, and it's something that guys should always play like, but playing meaningful hockey makes it a lot easier to put your body on the line.
The team is actually a lot of fun to watch. There's the never give up, other than the odd game here or there, but there's the never give up. Even tonight, down 2-1 and going to the third and coming back.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's fun to watch.
Yeah, yeah.
I know, I can't remember who it was, but somebody mentioned in a recent article or interview that you guys are kind of putting 7-game stretches together. How long have you guys been doing that? Is that kind of a new thing here, kind of as you head towards the playoffs, kind of get that playoff mentality? Yeah,
it's a great thing that management brought up, and we get a reward after each 7-game series that we win. I think we're on the third. Yeah, so we're 3-1, 3 wins, 1 loss in the third series, 7-game series, and we won the First two. No, this is our fourth. We won the first two and then lost one, and now we're 3-1 in this fourth series, I guess. So I don't know when that would have went back to, but we're on our fourth 7-game series now. So,
Okay. Yeah.
so it's great. It's kind of like a little mini game, a little extra motivation for a reward.
A little extra competition.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So heading back to the start of your career, how fast has your WHL career gone by?
Yeah, they always say it flies by, but it's pretty crazy that I'm at my fourth, fifth-ish year. Yeah, it's crazy. It seems like yesterday I was at my first camp, all scared and sweaty and worried about the big guys, and it's kind of funny. You look back thinking, oh, like the 20-year-olds are so big and strong, and now I'm looking at myself like I wouldn't be scared of myself. But yeah. Anyway, it's absolutely crazy. Everyone says it, but I'm living it now. Yeah.
Is that maybe something you tell your 15-year-old self going to that first camp? Don't be afraid of those 20s.
Absolutely, yeah, for sure. And I try to tell the young guys that too. They might get intimidated by a older guy or a bigger guy, and it's just like what are they gonna do? And I love that some of the smaller guys or younger guys get in there and battle with anyone, and I think that's been a huge kind of change with our team. We're willing to get in the dirty areas regardless of who it's with.
Over the course of your career, who has been the toughest player to play against?
Connor Bedard's obviously a very easy first answer, but honestly, I think Logan Stankoven's the hardest guy I've ever played against. Dylan Gunther's been really tough as well in a couple of deep playoff runs we had with Seattle, and there's a lot. I think Olin Zellweger or Stankoven, especially the two of them together on that Kamloops team. That's who I would think of. I mean, Bedard's an easy answer, but a little outside of the box, it'd be Stankoven and Zellweger.
John, I went back and listened to John Babcock's from last year. He mentioned Stankoven as well. Like, obviously, the guy's in the NHL for a reason, right? So,
yeah, Stankoven just had a little bit of a different aspect of him. He was a hometown guy, and the city just loved him. The Ford dealership gave him a Mustang. Like he was like the mayor in that place. So it was. I just remember he would have his third goal of the game or something, and he had his own goal song. So everyone had just a standard goal song, but if he scored, he had his own, and everyone be on their feet. It was like a PTSD event, like just a nightmare hearing that song.
So, what was your favorite road barn to play in?
Oh, a lot of the States ones are just so electric. It's hard not to think of those. I mean, home barn is always best for me. I loved Regina, and then I loved the CN Center in PG when I was there. But I think Spokane. Yeah, I think Spokane. Seattle too. Seattle's an easy one for me because we had a couple of deep playoff runs against them, and playoffs there is just nuts. But I think Spokane is probably my favorite, just nice-wise, and it's a real rowdy atmosphere as well.
Who has been the most fun to play against?
Team or player?
Player. Who's been
Who's fun to battle with? Go out there and actually have. Yeah.
Oh man, that is so tough.
Who do you look at the lineup and say, "Oh man, I can't wait to play against these guys"? Specific guys.
I think PA this year. Just thinking this year because it's fresh in my mind. I think PA because they're so gritty, and you go up to their barn and you're just buried up there in PG or PA, and you're just like, oh, like you get there on a Wednesday and it's cold, and you're just like, oh, this is brutal up here. But I think it's just kind of the aspect of like going out and not caring. Like realistically, they should beat a team like us. So if we can get in there, there's no pressure on us. We can fly around, and if it goes our way, it goes our way. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's just stress free and just give them a game. Yeah.
So your game specifically, what's kind of been the biggest change from you coming into this league to now?
Other than getting older.
I think it goes back to confidence. Honestly, it's it's a lot about opportunity. It's an opportunity league for sure, and as a younger guy, it's hard to find that opportunity unless you're exceptional, like a Schultz Pue. But I think for me, I've kept my game pretty similar and tried to just really solidify defense early on and know that they could always count on me defensively. And then as I get older, I get in, a little more ice time or a little more offensive role. And then I can let my offensive ability shine when it was always there. I just kind of had to to hide it a little bit and make sure I lock down defensively early on.
What have you learned most about yourself in your WHL career?
Oh, that's a great question. What have I learned about myself? Maybe how much I love hockey, honestly. I think a lot of the guys with such a hectic schedule can get a little down and a little, can't wait to get home and I love days off. But I think for me, it's just as much as I've seen guys, quit and go away from the game and kind of learn to hate the game when we're playing so many games. I think it's for me just loving hockey, honestly. A bad day turns good when I get to the rink and just knowing that game is kind of always an escape. I just love the game. I think I've learned that it's in a spot where a lot of guys start to hate it. I've stayed loving it. So.
Yeah. So, did the WHL experience live up to your expectations?
Oh, that's also a great question. Yeah, that's
or meet your expectations going into your WHL career.
I think absolutely. And more. I just look back, thinking of some long playoff runs and some of the incredible guys I was able to play against. I think of just how good some guys are at the game, and it's crazy. There's some superstars in the league this year, but looking back when I was a younger guy, it's crazy, and just the level of play, it always gets better. And as much as the dub can get hated on sometimes, how it's maybe gone downhill since college or whatever haters are saying, it's probably the best junior league in the world, and it's certainly lived up to expectations for sure.
With all the NCAA changes happening, you've decided to commit to Bentley University.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
It was a long process for sure. The commitment process just kind of happened. We weren't allowed to go to NCAA, and then all of a sudden last year it was like snap our fingers and schools were calling. So yeah, it was strange. It was quick. It happened randomly. It felt like, and the commitment process is stressful. It's you're making a commitment for the next 4 years of your life. Unless you transfer, but that's not the plan. So it's a lot. You always think, maybe I should have went there, or maybe I should have went there. But I had a great feeling with Bentley. Their coach is incredible, and I went to a program that I knew I was going to play and could be looked upon for big roles, and that's what I valued a lot more than maybe a bigger name or a huge school per se. Yeah.
So is it weird that you get to pick rather than teams picking you?
Yeah, it's definitely unique in that way. I haven't had that for a while, so it's just different. It feels a lot like a sales pitch lots of times. Guys are coming to you saying, "Oh, we got the best this, and we got the best this," and that's where I think it can be a little stressful. Where you're like, "Oh, like who do I trust most here, or who feels good, or who's just trying to tell me what I want to hear." So that's what's different, I think, when the picking's in my hands versus theirs. Yeah.
And there's a lot more options, obviously, out there rather than just 22 teams here. Say if you were like 23, if you were a free agent, going into WHL. But were you able to go down and visit in person, or did you take other visits? Were you able to check out a couple other schools or anything?
Well, I wasn't. I thought about going there in the summer. I talked to them a lot last year as well. But I've been to Boston a million times. I love that city, and they're right in that Metro Boston area, so really close to the downtown. So haven't actually toured the campus itself, but I think I'm going to be able to get there this summer. And if not, I'm going to be there in September regardless. But I know I love the city and love that area and have family down there as well. Okay. So I'm pretty lucky.
What's your major going to be?
I'm not totally sure. I haven't declared yet. I think it's going to be some sort of business, because Bentley Business is kind of a real famous thing. They have probably a world famous business school. Their academics are really high, and they specialize in business. So I think that's probably what I'm going to do. I've always kind of had a business eye, but there's some other really cool degrees there that I'll look into. But as of right now, it's probably business. Yeah.
So your other side project, Pilot, how's that going for you?
It's great, yeah. Super blessed that I'm able to do that. It's not many guys can say that they're a pilot, and I'm pretty blessed to say that. But it's been fun. Obviously, a bit of a halt happens when I come to Regina. I'm a full-time student in university now, so it's been hectic, and I haven't been able to fly in Regina. But as soon as I'm home, I'm going to be flying a ton, and hoping to use some of my WHL scholarship to pay for it. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you say not a lot of guys are into it, but we had Braxton last year. Connor Bear's interested in doing it as well. He's getting into it. So there's a few guys. So you guys been bouncing ideas off each other and kind of going that way?
Yeah, I've talked to Whitey a bit, obviously more last year, and texted him a little bit as well. But it's super cool that Bearsy's into it. I think it's just awesome to have another guy with a similar interest, especially a real niche interest in the young demographic. So yeah, it's very cool to see kind of one of my brothers taking on the same hobby.
Have you got any other ones that maybe thinking about it potentially?
Poking?
Yeah, there's definitely guys I've tried. I think lots of guys say, oh yeah, it'd be cool, but they don't really know what
how
comes with
it is.
Yeah, what comes with it. So I think a lot of guys say it'd be awesome, but they'd probably be scared of getting a little two-seater, honestly. So.
So, kind of random. The new Under Armour jerseys, any different than CCMs? I mean, there's a big hoopla changing jerseys this year.
Yeah, they did kind of make that a big deal. I couldn't care less, honestly. It's got a logo and a name bar. I don't notice it at all. I feel like some guys have made complaints about them, about like breathability, but yeah, it's a jersey to me, honestly.
And all new Bauer gear. I know I'm a CCM guy. I can't wear Bauer skates at all.
The Bauer's been fine. We're lucky enough we can wear any skate. But even the only thing I'm really wearing Bauer is like I don't use Bauer sticks or skates. Yeah. So it really is just the team stuff: helmet, gloves, pants. Really, I'm with Drew for my sticks and skates. So
is that something you do personally or through the team?
Yeah, well, it's kind of through the team, kind of through Drew. Yeah, it's kind of a weird weird.
But you don't have to use Bauer sticks if you don't want to.
Well, you do, but there's a couple exemptions each team is given, and I'm given an exemption, and Schultz is given an exemption.
And he's on True too as well.
Yeah. Hammy would have been given an exemption, but we're Bauer now, so he's with Bauer, but Schultz and I are True guys. Yeah.
Nice.
Who's been your favorite teammate
in my career?
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Or how about favorite teammate in PG and a favorite teammate here?
Okay. Oh, that's tough.
Or one or two.
Or a couple.
Yeah. We'll
favorite teammate probably all time is Cohen Zemer in PG. He's my best friend, like truly my number one. We hang out a ton in the summer, and he's been the guy I go to, whenever I need something, and vice versa for him. So that would be number one. We became real close in PG, and Matteo Denis as well in PG. He's in Penticton now and doing really well. So he's been one of my better friends as well. Just a real good guy, real great player, but just a guy that would do anything for you. So here, I don't think I could say a few. It's just I think Reese Hamilton's one that comes to mind pretty quick. He's my D partner, and we have great chemistry off the ice, and it's starting to show a little bit more on the ice now. So he's a great guy. Keats Fawcett, Caden Brown, all those guys I've played against, and now it's cool that we're all on the same team. But there's so many other guys too on the team that are great guys, but those are a few that I think of. Yeah.
All right, this one might be tough too. Favorite memory or two of your career?
Oh man, I think like an easy one is first goal. I scored my first goal in PG, my first shift in the Western Hockey League. So
might be a 2-on-1 at the hurry. McAdams with Ephram McNutt. McAdams to McNutt. He shoots. He scores. Ephram McNutt gets the first goal of the season for the Cougars.
That's a really cool one. A lot of guys can't say they scored in their first shift, so that's a really cool one for me. And then second, geez, I don't know. I think just the whole playoff push my 18 year, honestly. Going to the third round and playing such a great team in Portland, and yeah, I think that would have to be it. It's you care so much about the game at that time, and then it's over and you're just heartbroken. But the grind is there, and just kind of the shared love on the team is there for the game. So
going back to those series, like it seemed like PG and Portland matched up a few times. and just the travel, right? Like it's one of the farthest trips I think in conference, right? And what's kind of the mindset? Okay, we're playing Portland, and you got to go all the way down there, and you got to come back, and like I mean, you guys are we're accustomed to the travel, obviously, but Portland that's a haul.
Yeah, Portland's a haul for sure. Lucky enough, we never did like 1-1-1 or anything like that. It'd be like 2-3-2 or like something like that. So we'd go down there early and hang out for a couple of days before. We played Portland my 16 year, my 18 year, and then they played them last year when I was moved to the Pats, but they played them again last year. So PG's seen a lot of Portland in playoffs. But yeah, it's crazy. It's like a 15-hour drive, 16-hour drive with stops. So it's terrible for sure going through the border, in the middle of the night and thinking, man, I got to play tomorrow or play so it's real tough in that way. It's not like a Regina PA or something like that. So, it's just an added grind. You can't change it. It's there. But I think just knowing that both teams are kind of experiencing the same grind is important.
What's the best PG chirp you've heard directly at you?
Best PG chirp?
PG, yeah. Something that can be on the air.
Oh, gosh. Oh, man. I'm thinking of a lot that can't be on the air, honestly.
So
we can imagine.
I'll let you think there, but I was listening to Braxton's last year. He said somebody told him that they'd break his face again. Like,
oh yeah,
that was rough. We were both shocked by that. We're like, "Ooh, man, that's aggressive."
I can think of one. I actually forget who it was. It was a signed NHL guy on Seattle. My 17 year, I think. I actually forget who it was, but anyway, he had said he had like basically saying that I'd be out of the league the next year. He said, "I'll call you when I need a pool boy. Just let me know." I totally forget who it was. I probably shouldn't say anyway, but
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, he just saying that I'd probably be out of the league next year, knowing that he would be in the NHL or the A next year. So I never did get hired as a pool boy, but the offer was there, I guess. Yeah,
that's pretty good.
That is pretty good, actually. So, wrap it up here. Your final thoughts for the Pats fans?
Yeah, I think just appreciating that we've been building the last couple of years and knowing that. The future's bright and kind of the brightness is right there. We can see it now. We've been in the darkness the last couple of years and really kind of grinding it out. But now, we're right there. We're looking at a playoff spot and that's just going to be the key to success in the future and seeing, some big names like Schultz and Pue and Lansard and a couple of those younger guys come up and be great players and drive a team to some special things. So I think just appreciating the fans that have stuck around and just kind of understanding that we've been in a rebuild and we're getting out of it now. We see we see daylight now. Yeah.
Yeah. Once you see Schultz and Pue get good, I help those guys get where they are, right?
I'm hoping to get a stick or something from those boys, maybe. Yeah, maybe I can pawn it off in a few years. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, thanks a lot for your time and thanks for, putting the work in this season and helping these guys go here.
Yeah, thanks very much, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, that was a good interview from Ephram. I wish him all the best.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was awesome. The reason we got Ephram this week was because Dante said that Ephram had been mentioning that he hadn't been on our podcast this year and was complaining about it. So we asked for him. And then after the game, we sat there for 15, 20 minutes almost waiting.
Probably, yeah.
And we got Bryce. Bryce came down and we mentioned it to Bryce to go ask or go tell Ephram. He's like, I thought they were pranking me.
No, you said you want to be on, so let's jump on. So, but
it was a good interview. Like he was really good. He was mature last year, but he's definitely matured in this last year since we talked to him on the podcast before. He's grown up a lot. He's probably seen a lot more than he was expecting at 20 years old.
Well, especially after last year,
hockey terms.
Going through that last year, and
like the Gong Show of last year.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm not surprised at all that he was the captain, named captain, right? Like
definitely not 100%.
We've talked to almost all these guys, right? Obviously don't know a ton about them and everything what goes on, but you can just tell, right? So
For sure.
But
100%.
yeah, no, it's good. So
They're going to miss him next year.
yeah, right.
Hopefully they can do something in the playoffs, make a little bit of noise.
Yeah, get some more experience.
Not saying go win the championship this year, which probably won't happen, but it'd be kind of neat if they did a little bit of a run, made it maybe an upset.
Yeah, get a first round upset and
Just because of him. I like the kid.
yeah. But yeah, the only other thing I got is Pat Stevie. If you're not watching that, you should always watch that. It's
Especially this last week with Kelly and Dante, and you had Rohan and Evan on there.
yeah, they're talking about the memes, putting out the memes, and
Yeah.
and get the engagement and stuff. Obviously, there's some good engagement, some people that don't enjoy the engagement or don't enjoy the stuff on the internet. But yeah, so but Kelly's always.
If you
got some
haven't watched
stories.
this last episode, try to find it and watch it.
Yeah,
It's pretty funny.
you can always watch it on demand on Access
Yes.
app. So go back and watch it. But yeah,
Dante and Kelly were on fire
yeah
for part of this episode.
Yeah. And Kelly's always got stories too, right? Like if you don't know Kelly that well, he's always got stories he's been around this league forever, right? So, but
Oh, yeah.
he says what he thinks too. He doesn't hold
Yes.
back. So
No sugarcoating.
no. But yeah, with that, we should get out of here. Yeah, some good hockey. Excited to see what this team can do here in the next couple of weeks. So,
Oh yeah, for sure.
so with that, we'll see you at the rink this week. Have a good night.
Take her easy.
Schwartzov and Jonas Kovac. We got a goalie fight at center. Tabashnik will drop the gloves with Philip Ruzicka at center ice. Here we go. Tabashnik grabs onto him, and he starts fighting with Philip Ruzicka. A goalie fight. Tabashnik and Ruzicka get after it. Unbelievable. Tabashnik with a couple of rights. Ruzicka comes over the top and takes him.